So what's going on, people? It is Kim here, and welcome back to yet another FIFA 17 player rating prediction episode. Today, as you can see, we are going to be discussing Everton. Now, when I was coming about making this video, it just made me realise what a mad season this season has been. And I just want to say, some of these ratings you guys might think are quite harsh, but I am purely going off of what I've seen from the last season, of course, and also going off the stats as well, and that's all I can do at the end of the day. Your thoughts and opinions might be a lot different, and if they are, let me know in the comments, guys. I'm not I'm no genius. I'm just predicting here, so it's absolutely fine if you guys want to chat about give me your thoughts instead. But Everton, I do just want to say, obviously, just to quickly go over this little topic here, that Everton have announced the signing of Ronald Koeman from Southampton, the Southampton manager, former Southampton manager now, of course. And a lot of people are calling him a snake and stuff, and regardless what you think of him, I think he's a great manager, to be fair. I really admire Southampton, because they had Pochettino, right? I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. And he's obviously a very good manager. He brought a lot of talent into the club. Also lost some talent as well. Don't forget how good Adam Lallana was when he was at Southampton. Okay, I don't think he's quite reached that at Liverpool yet, but at Southampton he was a really good player. I just really have so much respect for Southampton as a football club. And when Poch left, I'm just going to call him Poch, okay? When he left, I was really surprised, and obviously leaving for Spurs as well. I thought, I don't know, I thought that's quite a weird move. No offence Spurs fans, I'm not just having a dig because I'm an Arsenal fan. I just did think it was quite a strange move, because I thought he could have really built something at Southampton, but obviously went for, I don't know, maybe it was more money as well. I don't really look into things like that. I probably should, but I didn't. But with Koeman, he come in, and to be fair to him, Southampton had lost Schneiderlin, the really, really key players, and still he managed to keep them afloat. And okay, they didn't have a great season last season, but by no means did they have a bad season either. I thought they absolutely thrashed Arsenal, and fair play to them. But yeah, Koeman now taking over at Everton. Can he work some magic over at Everton? Do you reckon we'll see a couple of Southampton players go over and play under Koeman at Everton? Because there's a lot of rumours about a lot of Everton players, and I will go through some of them within this video. But let's get started with Big Tim Howard. Now, this guy has been in the Premier League for years, absolutely years. He's a Premier League legend. He's not world class or anything, but he's a top keeper, and he's been at the top of his game for quite a while, for a long time. This season, not so much. Had quite a bad season this season. In my opinion, you might think differently, but just from what I've seen, I think he's had not one of his best seasons. There's talks of him going back to America, back to the MLS. I'm not sure where, but yeah, there's talks of him leaving for the MLS, of course. He's just kind of starting to show weakness, I think, now, and obviously he's pretty old, to be fair to him, and that could be an aspect. Maybe he's not as fit as what he'd like to be. He does still make some cracking saves though, even this season, even though he's had not necessarily a good season, he's still I've seen some big saves from him still, so he's still kind of got it, and I really like Tim Howard. I have a lot of respect for Tim, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does over the summer. But obviously, with Everton performing so badly last season, in my opinion, they didn't have a good season at all last season. Would that make Howard want to leave as well? Because you just don't know, do you? Moving on, of course, to Seamus Coleman. Sorry, I put Howard down to a 78 rating for that reason. So he was 80, and I said I reckon he could go down to about a 78. Sorry about missing that one out. Coleman's got an 81 rating, and I'm going to keep him at 81, I think. He's played 28 games for Everton this season. He's scored a goal, got 3 assists. in my opinion, on his day, he's one of the best fullbacks in the Prem. One of the best, okay? Not the best, but one of them. He's up there. He's one of them that you would like to have on your side. I think that whether or not he was your first choice or second choice right back, a lot of people would pick him in their squad. And wouldn't turn him down. Great defender, good going forward as well. He's just got such a great work rate. He works so hard, and it's very clear when he plays as well. But again, he's been linked. Darmian, actually, the Manchester United fullback, right back, isn't he, Darmian? He's been linked with a move away. I can't remember where to now. It was abroad. It could well be like back to Italy, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that one. But Coleman has been linked with Manchester United when you're only one young player of the year in the Premier League. It was then, and obviously that with the departure of Martinez, with how Everton performed last season, that could mean then that that Coleman could be tempted to leave. And if Darmian is going to leave Manchester United, I think this guy would probably be an ideal replacement for him. Next up, one that Everton fans absolutely love, and that is Funes Mori. I hope I pronounced that right. So he's 78 rated. I think he deserves an increase. I think he's had a great season at Everton. He's been one of the few Everton players that's actually performed really, really well. He can be a little bit reckless, but he is a centre-back. I think sometimes you do have to make them sort of tackles as a defender. I'm going to put him up to a 79 rating. He's just become quite a fan favourite at Everton this season. From what I've seen on football Twitter and stuff, a lot of Everton fans just absolutely love him. Liverpool fans not so much, but we won't go there. He's played 28 games this season for Everton. He scored 4 goals and got an assist. That's pretty good for a centre back in my opinion. Next up we have got Phil Jagielka. Getting on now, not gonna lie. Phil Jags he's 81 rated. Think he's gonna go down to about an 80 rating. Played 21 games this season, so still quite a favourite. Again, probably an Everton legend. I don't know. He's very, very organised at the back, and he's just again another fan favourite. He's I can't what Koscielny is to Arsenal, but obviously he's older and probably weakening a little bit now. But I think I can't see him leaving. I think he'd probably finish at Everton. Not gonna lie. Next up, we have got Leighton Baines. Now, this guy was so hyped last season. Again, I think he's just one of them where he's getting a little bit older now. There's better fullbacks than him in the Premier League now. Before, people were oh, he's the best left back in the league and stuff, and maybe he was, but again, he hasn't gone with England, which does surprise me a little bit, to be honest. Not gonna lie. But 83 rated. I'm gonna have to knock him down, and I don't know if I'm being too harsh, because obviously Everton as a whole just kind of underperformed last season. But yeah, I'm going to say 82. Possibly, if EA are feeling cruel enough, could go down to an 80. I think an 80 would probably sum him up quite well. He's rated over Coleman, and for me, just no. I think the only reason he's rated so high in FIFA 16 here is because of his free kick abilities. I think if you took that away from him, he wouldn't really have all that much about him. He's no different to any other average fullback, I don't think. Sorry, Everton fans, if you don't like that. But he played 18 games last season for Everton. He scored 2 goals and got himself an assist as well. Next up, we are going to go to Gerard Deulofeu. Did I pronounce that right? I'm hoping I did. 78 rated. I think he's going to remain 78, not going to lie. 26 games, 2 goals scored, 8 assists. I felt like he was better when he was at Everton up from loan, but now they've actually purchased him. I'm not sure. I just don't think he's been quite up to it, if I'm totally honest. Anyway, moving on, we have got Bazinga, or James McCarthy. He just does look like him, and even more so in the game as well. It's actually terrifying. 80 rated again. I think he's going to probably keep that, maybe go down to about a 79. Played 29 games this season, scored 2 goals and got himself 2 assists. Now, he's still very young. I think he's probably becoming quite a favourite in the Everton side. I think he's got like a lot to prove, obviously, but with other Everton players like approaching retirement, I'm going to talk about, Gareth Barry here. I think like unless Koeman makes some signings, I just don't know. Koeman might have a good sort out. He might bring some Southampton talent in, or just some talent from elsewhere in. I think it's just going to be interesting to see what Koeman will do with this squad. Next up, we've got Ross Barkley. Deserves more game time with England, not going to lie. Really good player, has his injury problems, but managed to play 38 games last season for Everton, which is brilliant. He's very young. He's only a couple of years older than me. 3 years older than me here, so he's very young. And I think he's going to keep the 80 rating. I want to see more of him. On his day, he's absolutely fantastic. Again, he's one of them that has a really good work rate, I think. He defends well and also attacks well, but yeah, even though he's an attacking midfielder, he will get back and defend, and I really admire Ross Barkley as a player. And again, Everton are going to have to try and keep hold of him, but maybe Koeman can do that. There's a lot of players that have been linked with moves away from Everton, but a new manager can have that impact on just keeping someone. They might really like the look of him, they might not. But yeah, he played 38 games, he scored 8 goals and got 8 assists as well. Moving on, Kevin Mirallas. Again, he seemed quite unsettled in my opinion. 80 rated, and I'm going to keep him at 80 rating. He's a really good player, but yeah, he had a bit of a fight, didn't he? Was it with his own player? I can't remember now. It was earlier on in the season, I think. And he just obviously wasn't quite happy. But again, could the new manager, Koeman, sort him out? Could that be just what he needs? Was that all it was? Or will he be on his way? 23 games played this season, 4 goals and 2 assists. But look at this, 2 red cards as well. His attitude, he has got quite an attitude. But again, with the right management, Koeman could really get the best out of Mirallas again. Moving on up to the strikers, we have got Ronald Koeman, 77 rated. Yeah, I'm not going to give him any more than that, not going to lie. 25 games played, 5 goals and 4 assists. It's not that bad, but I mean, he's a striker. Come on, you should be doing better than that. The man of the moment, everybody is talking about him at the minute. So many clubs linked with him, and that is Romelu Lukaku. 37 games played this season, 18 goals, 6 assists, 84 rated. I don't know if this is an inform or an upgrade or what it is. I'm going to say 84 is probably about right though, or 83 at the least, I think, judging by the season that he's had this season, and scored for Belgium the other day as well in the Euros. Linked heavily with moves away. He said that he wants to leave, but he will sit down with the chairman and talk, so I just don't know. By the way guys, if I sound a little bit ill, it's because I've got a flu, so if I sound a bit more manly than usual, that's why. Could Ronald Koeman persuade this guy to stay at Everton? You just don't know. Anything could happen. Next up, we've got Gareth Barry. He's retired, he's approaching retirement now. He's gone slow, dirty, kind of like what Arteta went like, just has been great. He gets a lot of stick, Gareth Barry does, and there's so many memes and stuff about him, but he's a hard-working player and you can't take that away from him. You really can't. He's not world class, he knows that, but he's still quite good. It reminds me of like Scott Parker. He's like that kind of player, I think. Just one of them that he's not great, but he's fairly decent. He's alright. I think now, obviously, like I say, he's tiring. It's very clear. He's played 33 games though. He's got 1 assist, 5 yellow cards, 1 red card. And yeah, just look at his pace on this. I mean, that's only going to go down. So I can only see his rating going down. But I think anything less than about 77 would be a bit harsh. So it'll be interesting to see anyway. Tom Cleverley is next. It is Cleverley, isn't it? Not Cleverley. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But Tom, anyway, obviously from Manchester United. 77 rated. Probably deserves that. Haven't seen much more from him to give him anything other than anything higher than that, sorry. So 22 games played and 2 goals with 4 assists as well. So that's not bad. That's not bad. I'll give him that, he is quite hard working again, but I want to see more of him because he's one of them that everybody just takes the absolute mick out of. When he was at Man United, everyone used to say, oh, if Cleverley's playing, it's alright, the opponent's going to win. And yeah, it's just it's a shame because he's probably not as bad as what we've seen from him. I just don't know. It's just, again, just one of them where we're just going to have to wait and see. Next up, we've got John Stones. Again, another player that's been linked heavily with other clubs. Chelsea were after him. I think one of the Manchester clubs were after him. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I'm pretty sure one of the Manchester clubs were after him as well. He's played 33 games this season. His overall has got to go up because he's become such a key part in that defence for Everton. He's got to go up to about a 78, I think. Yeah, again, Koeman might convince him to stay for 1 more season, but I don't know. I think if he gets a good offer from a team that's going to be playing in, like the Champions League, I think he'll probably go, or Europe, the Europa League as well, I mean. Next up, we've got Aaron Lennon, 77 rated, doesn't really deserve anything higher than that, I don't think. 77 probably sums him up quite nicely. I call him a pace merchant, but not gonna lie, that's all that Walcott's been this season for Arsenal as well. So yeah, 25 games played for Everton and 5 goals scored. It's just, I don't know, I can't really say any more than that, to be honest. Last but not least, we've got Bryan Oviedo. Seems quite exciting actually, with Baines obviously getting on a little bit now. Hasn't had a particularly good season. I've seen a lot of hype about him, but I haven't seen enough from him yet. But there is so much, not speculation, but everybody kind of seems to rate him. So I'm going with that. I'm not going to give him anything more than 71 because I want to see more from him. So we'll see this time next year when I do FIFA 18 predictions, and we'll see then what the situation is. But he's played 14 games for Everton this season. He's very, very young. Obviously a backup to Leighton Baines. And he also got himself an assist as well. But yeah, he does look really it does seem that he's quite a promising player. So it's going to be interesting. Next season's just going to be interesting. But I keep saying that word, everything's going to be interesting. But yeah, I think that with Everton, this was such a difficult one to do because I was like, well, I don't know if many of these players are still going to be at Everton or not because of obviously the new manager coming in now. The season that they had wasn't that good, but do you know who he looks like a little bit? Just throwing you all off. Casper Lee and Joe Sugg and Ollie White's friend Michael Pearce. I feel like, I don't know, from a distance he looks like him a little bit. Anyway, that just completely threw me off there. Sorry guys, getting sidetracked there. But yeah, Everton was such a difficult one to do. Obviously I write notes down and I go over them in these videos, but I really struggled, I really did. So any feedback, your thoughts in the comments down below would be really appreciated. Let me know what you would rate these players because I've really struggled. And if you are an Everton fan, please refrain yourself from disliking the video. I do actually like Everton as a football club. With the season that they had last season, this was just personally, for me, really difficult to do. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like rating, give me some feedback in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you all soon. And once again, I apologise about my voice. I'm just really ill at the minute, but I wanted to get a video recorded for you guys.